Middle Ages game. I'm fairly intimidated by the Middle Ages, honestly. But, look, my only experience with Middle Ages was the one time I played Airmore. And the difference between Middle Age Airmore and Early Age Airmore is so extreme! Plus, maybe the neutral factions are a little different for province taking, and I don't even know what some of these nations are, and... Anyway, Vanheim looks to be mostly the same. So we'll talk super quick about what I got and what I'm going for. I've iterated a little bit and, well, asked for some help to evaluate the monstrosity that I created, and I'll show you what the curse projector is and what I've come up with, because there's a couple undocumented details that really mess with this. We'll get to those in a minute. First, let's talk about what I have to work with. Unlimited food! True immortality, not Dominion immortality. This is so cool! I only wish it was sacred, but, I mean, let's be fair. I'd never use these for combat. They're not for fighting at that price with that damage. That's food. Amazing food, but food. Alright. We have a really good Berserker. And look, my mind is full of early age. I don't know if 21 protection is good for middle age, but it sounds amazing to me. These guys seem pretty badass if they can take a hit without dying or getting crippled. With only 12 hit points, it's, These guys are skin shifters. I can't see their wolven form. The regeneration is only going to be 1 hit point per turn, unless they have more hit points as a wolf, which I hope they do. I notice the conspicuous absence of affliction healing. That concerns me. But they still seem like they're pretty good. Of all of these, I actually like this guy the most. Now look, he repels, he armor, he shield. His attack doesn't do hardly any damage, but I like him. This guy has a javelin, but he doesn't have as much protection, and, you know... troops. We're gonna have to use them. We're gonna have to expand without very much support. Okay. I really love the idea of flying sacreds, and I've really wanted to get my hands on one. In early age, the only flying sacreds are bats with the Zababa bat people, or Pegasi. But here we've got Valkyries, and I love Valkyrie profile. Valkyries are awesome! I love the idea of dropping these on someone's back line and assassinating their magicians, their wizards, unexpectedly because they're stealthy! How do we not have a flying general to lead them? There's no flying general. What an omission. Anyway, I like this unit a lot. I probably won't use very many of them, though, which is a shame, but look at this monster here. Okay, we get 2 attacks around. We have Glamour on both of them. Hey, look, True Sight. Both of them are going to have mirror images separately, and we should be able to fit 2 of them into a tile. So that's 4 Glamored units in 1 tile. You hit one, you have to pop one of the mirrors, one of the mirror images. They've even got Skilled Rider, boosting that defense up to 20. Every single, you know, just they can take a lot of hits to bring them down. They even have a shield. I like this a lot. The damage is questionable. The DPS is honestly questionable, but they seem like they could hold the line for spellcasters from the back. We do have a interesting little size 2 smith here, who could potentially be used to cast combat buffs, because I don't have much in the way of earth besides him. This is going to be our Blood Hunter here, which is a very expensive Blood Hunter. I feel like I'd be better off massing scouts and blood hunting with just a crap ton of scouts, to be honest. Would make a decent site searcher, though. They're expensive is the problem. But personal mist form, luck, other things, I don't know. I don't know what you could use the one blood for, but I'm sure there's something when I look it over. Point is, these guys seem like they're pretty good. I'm wondering what kind of barding and setup I'd need to use them to expand safely, because our expansion phase is gonna be kind of rough. Well, you know what? Let's just get to it. Let's just peel this band-aid off. What are we using? So many options. I spent a while thinking about a lot of them, but I'm going with this horrible thing. This horrible thing that permanently curses anyone that tries to hit it. This is where one of the undocumented things about this game is going to cause us trouble. Anyway, it's a Farcaster, so it can project further as well as teleport further. It's got Bestow Curse, mentioned already, and it's got the correct pathing. And magic. I like magic scale. We definitely want research. I'm going to try to push myself into heavy magic. I need to learn to use Glamour and Astral, because those are the two schools I've never really used. Look, I'm still very new to the game. This is one of my first goes at it. So my thought was that I was going to use this terrible thing with a spell, Project Self, a Glamour Astral spell. I was going to project this thing into enemy provinces. It was going to do terrible things to them. And they would run up and they'd have to fight and fight and fight and fight to kill it while getting themselves cursed. And it won't curse things with high magic resistance, but it could mess up a bunch of troops and cause a fair amount of carnage before they defeat the projection, and the next turn I just project someplace else. Maybe even do some really nasty battlefield wipes with death magic. There's soul vortexes and bone grinding and all kinds of interesting spells. I'm told it can't bring gems with it when it projects. It said no items, but apparently that means gems, which, oh crap, that limits your options dramatically. Okay, well that's fine. Still, it casts a bunch of nasty spells, it's very durable, they have to spend a while Oh! I'm told it only has 1 hit point. Oh, now we have a problem. That is not what's advertised in the spell Project Self. It doesn't say anything about 1 hit point. So, the Cursed Projector might still be able to do terrible, terrible things, and can still physically move and do terrible things in battle in itself, but it won't be quite as terrible as I wish it would. Still, we have what we've got, so let's see. Alright. Oh, has -1 bless point. Eef. Okay. I kind of really want displacement, but fear is better. You can't see through fear with true sight, and it helps during, well, everything, because it gives my all of my sacred fear. Displacement seemed really good to make it harder to kill my guys, but they don't do enough damage. The Twist Fate is, I think, really good, because if you manage to... See, the thing about Mirror Image is that you can get lucky and hit the guy. Instead of, because you're probably going to hit and pop one of the mirror images, but you might get lucky and hit the guy, but Twist Fate, you didn't hit him. Now you're back to swinging at images. I really like the added defense of displacement, but this is probably for the best, and I still have heroism, which will boost my defense and my attack rolls, and when you get a few levels, it'll up your strength too. So I think that the heroism is still the correct play. These guys are going to be sticky, they're going to be hard to kill, they're expensive, so they better be hard to kill, so they should have time to level up and get good. And we can throw buffs on them like giant strength from a dwarf or something. I want to use my spellcaster to do a lot of the damage and a lot of the work. I want to make myself use more spellcasting. Anyway, these are my thoughts. And now the price we must pay! Because it's expensive. Okay, this might seem insane, and I hate the income hit. But supplies don't matter, because I have unlimited pork chops. So, we don't need to worry about that. And heat isn't actually... we don't actually have an advantage to moving through frost, because almost none of my guys are actually good at snow movement. Look at this. Nobody knows how to move through snow. What the hell? Nothing in here wants to be in the snow. So why would we take cold? Yeah. So, I mean, just go with it, I guess. We're gonna have to do this now. I don't think I need resources. A lot of my units are very low resource cost compared to the golden recruitment. Maybe this will bite me in the ass. I don't know. Some of these guys do use heavy resources. Others don't. So I might find my options a little bit limited by the fact that I chose Sloth, but what are you gonna do, man? Alright, that brings me up to 6. That's a good amount of sacreds I can hire every turn. The income is terrible. I really want growth. I kind of want luck. I want all my scales to be better than this. But I'm gonna try to force myself to play more in the magic. Also, I noticed that level ups increase your magic research, so if I can get... some of these guys will be running around fighting, and then they might go back and research later. I don't know, man. I don't have a good researcher, I'll be honest with you. All of my researchers are kind of... this is about as good as I can get. I wish I had a cheap researcher. But I just don't have anything like that. So, we're going to be relying on cavalrymen to research my spells. Because that's what I got. With a couple air gems, these guys could use personal mist form. Anyway, unfortunately, we're dormant. So we have to get through the expansion phase with just... I'm still gonna call you the Cursed Projector. Maybe he'll show up and cast doom on entire armies. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we've got. So. What the hell are the Shinuyama? Is it Japanese? Death Mountain? With a U? Who are you? Who are you? Oh my gosh, I'm just not ready to handle an entire new set of things. Land of Bakemono, it is Japanese. Ah, is this what happened to, the Yomi? Do they continue to summon? Yeah. They summon Bakemonos in the mountain. What about your temples? Many national summons. Oh, this is all very cool. Oh, hey, Kappa! They like cucumbers. Yeah, okay, very cool. Very cool. Oh, gosh. Oh, man, okay, anyway. Very cool. I'm just gonna, yeah. Alright, that's it for now. We'll see how this game goes. I think this is an underwater one. Jotunheim. We had Niflheim and Muspelheim before. Are you going to be an Earth version? Are you like an Earth version? Oh, actually, I see Nifl and Muspel are gone. Are you the union of both of them? Uh-huh. Okay, okay, this is Niflheim. Okay, alright, it's Niflheim. Ooh! Oh! Moose Riders! Oh. Oh, you're so cool. Oh no. Oh no, don't go that way. You don't want to go that way. Your society isn't gonna look so good when you get to the late age. What in the world are you for? You're old, you're a bad researcher, and there's no... I'm sure you do something important. Anyway... Interesting. We'll have some interesting opponents that I don't really understand, but that's okay. As long as I hopefully kind of understand what I'm doing and maybe it's viable, we'll do well. I want more blessings. I want more scales. Oh. Can't bring gems with me. 1 hit point. Ah. Anyway, we'll just have to see how this game goes. Time for our first turn. Middle Age Mayhem. Alright. I am Vanheim. I have quite a few questions, but let's start by figuring out where we are. Alright, this is our income. We get a lot of, Earth. Now, this was the big question. What did I start with? No construction! Okay, that changes things a little. We're almost up to enchantment 2. Alright, we ended up with con 1. It doesn't really do anything for me, unfortunately. That's a waste. Alt would have been kinda nice. I really want Alt 2 for Mistform. That's a problem. I got 0 Alt. Why don't we get to choose where our starting research goes? Alright, I did get Evo 2, which gives me Lightning Bolt. And Shockwave. Shockwave's interesting. Its range sucks, but I mean, it could hit a lot of enemies. I think the Lightning Bolt will tend to be the more useful one, but we might use Shockwave heavily. I don't know. We can also make Warrior Illusions. Those might be good. I don't know what their exact stats are. And we have Imaginary Hurts. You know, there should be a magic item just called Placebo that gets rid of false damage. Yeah. It's all in your head. Here, take this. Let me see. We got... I didn't get personal luck either. Oh, crap. I wanted personal luck. To affect me and my mount. Alright, we have some problems here. Even with triple magic... our research is going to be kind of slow. And expensive. 12 a turn. Man. I mean, I'll take luck, but what I really want is mist form. I want it pretty badly. I dreamed of making pairs of these guys and letting them mist form together and using that to take territory. But, well, that's not what the game handed me. So... luck could still be good. Shockwave is really a good argument for these guys anyway. Even if I don't get the mist form, I still get the shockwave. These guys... oh, man. They would have to devour my gems. And I just don't have the gems to devour. So I think I need to summon a couple of these still. I'm gonna try double shockwave. We have so many good units down here, but they're expensive. Alright, what did I start with? Javelins and a pretty hard-hitting axe, but you're soft. Javelins, and you can repel a little bit. I kind of lean towards these guys still as a front line. They can repel, they've got good protection, and shields. There's a very big temptation to go with these guys, though. They would definitely destroy the enemy and switch into some kind of werewolf. Or these guys, who, if they survive getting poked, will just go crazy and will rip apart the enemies in... they'll just destroy them. Really depends on what we're up against. I'm gonna go... oh my gosh, I have no resource. Okay, hold on. Change of plans. You guys don't require resources, huh? Well, I guess... this is what I can get this turn. Alright, we'll add 5 skin shifters to the mix. I bet they get 2 claw and a bite when they transform, right? That's what I want. I want them to get 3 attacks around, but we'll have to actually see one transform and look at his stats. Because I can't tell what your wolf form does from here. But that's okay. Alright, okay, we do have an issue here. See, I actually really like the scout as a prophet. I like spreading the domain around while wandering the world. But we are going to be relying a lot on sacreds. I don't know if I want this guy either. Really? I don't know. Do I? Because we could make the prophet something else. You're not particularly durable. you're not particularly anything. If I wait, the next turn I could turn you into the prophet. At least you'd be harder to kill. Oh no. I guess I'm just gonna go with this guy and hope nothing kills him. I'm gonna want the prophet to do its thing. Oh, this isn't actually connected. Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces connected to my capital. Okay, since we're heat, this will always be crossable, where the river is never gonna freeze. Unless there's some weird event, like somebody grabs the throne of ice. I'm definitely gonna want to look these over. Unfortunately, we have 2 wastelands connected to our capital. That's not great. That's less than ideal. Alright, I guess that's a full turn. What do you mean there's no one in the Hall of Fame? Alright, this is the Blood Throne. This lets you hire summer mages and makes it hotter. This one is money. Luck, but only for the province it's in. And gems. Well, everyone would want this one. Ice is... produces 3 water if you have it, and your blessed troops get cold resistance. Well, everyone would like that. I would like cold resistance. The Throne of Zeal. Dominion spread 2. Morale. This is a little bit better than the Throne of War. Yeah. This one isn't bad. We don't have any order scale, though. So, still, you know, it's a little bit. The morale bonus is good, though. And finally, we have water. Oh, I need this one. I need this one. This is what I need. That is the perfect accompaniment for my troops. And look at this, water 3. Now that's good. I've given up dry land for the comfort of the waves. They're a bit pricey, but that's okay. A water 3 mage exists. Well, I wonder where that's gonna be. We don't see any thrones. We can see pretty far. We might discover that we don't have any in our neighborhood. Well, I'm not blind attacking. I have a perverse desire to do so, but I won't. So, are we going to try and research? And now, much as I'd like to, I'm going to try summoning 2 horses, putting them together, and using shockwaves. They will either support the army, or they'll try to take weak provinces by themselves. I mean, I suppose one of them will do a tiny bit of research. I cannot craft items for them, unfortunately. I got... Man, my starting research is just... They're bad. They just gave me the wrong ones. They just gave me the wrong things for air glamour. I'll have to appreciate the illusions and shockwaves, because that's all I got. I suppose I could throw gust of wind at enemies. Ah, dear. Well, I mean... 2 of them together puts 4 units in a tile. The shockwave, if I'm reading it right, range 2... I I think it'll basically just hit all around your unit, so you want to be surrounded before you start casting it. And with all the glamour and everything, there's a pretty good chance our spell casting won't get interrupted. I don't know. Maybe I'm relying too much on this, but it might work. The blood one without fire is going to be awful hard to use, though, in battle. So alright. And I get to see a fortress with 0 unrest. My other game is the Angry Giants. All their fortresses are forever filled with unrest. So it's nice to see a 0 on a fort, on a capital, no less. And that's a lot of supplies. Considering the heat penalty, that's pretty good. It doesn't matter though, we're going to summon giant pigs. And the pigs will feed us. I really think the pigs are the coolest thing. There's no way you would want to use these in battle for any reason. But oh, do I wish I could. Immortal just makes you want to use them as a front line. You know what I mean? Even if it's a terrible idea, you just wanna. Alright, so next turn we're gonna have 400 gold. Shit. Shit. I'm not going to be able to hire 2 of these. It's going to be one of these and one of these together. Only one of them can do the shock waving. We're going to have a time here. We're going to have a time here. We need to get a good income as soon as possible. Maybe, yeah. Your leadership is better than this guy's leadership. We'll put... I'll put the army with you. You'll lead them. You'll do your shock waving. I'll try to keep you with the army as best I can. I guess the skin shifters can be told to be your bodyguards, except your combat speed is 30, so that's not going to work. Yeah, we knew our expansion phase was going to be hard. And so I shouldn't be surprised that my expansion phase is going to be difficult. Didn't a meteor fall into the sea and flood the caverns in the Middle Age? I think that's how it goes. Just how bad will our expansion be? That's a question, isn't it? Alright, I made you... Yep. So, candles are multiplying, which is good. Alright. Or maybe I don't want my scales, honestly. They're not that great. Could I use somebody else's? Alright. So... Well, 40 with archers. Bone Tribe, those guys hit hard, right? Wolf Tribe, those guys like to stab you multiple times. Archers. Elephant Riders! What I can see has really crappy income, particularly for a farm. Man. I guess I'm gonna hire this. Something like that? Alright, we need to shift. Morale! Very important, that. I think I can just mix you guys together. Alright, should I make these bodyguards, or should I just make them their own unit? I don't know. I'll just mix them in, I guess. I guess it's okay for these to be first in battle. I don't have enough to really do a formation yet. Okay, what we can do... We have a few options here. We definitely have some options. Okay, air shield. That would help us a lot against archery. Well... I don't really know how this works. If I just tell you to shockwave, are you gonna stand still and not move forward to the enemy where you're in range? I don't know. So you'll put up your air shield before the arrows hit you, I hope. I don't really know how this is gonna work. So I'm just gonna kinda hope it does. And we'll go against something relatively safe looking. Now... I don't even know where the chairs are yet. Well, at least you have heroism for the extra XP. That's good. I'm afraid you would serve little purpose on this fight. Why risk arrows? I guess I'm gonna move this way next. Ooh. Elephant riders trampling through my stuff. They could even trample you. Can your glamour protect you from being stepped on? I actually don't know. It might not. This river bothers me a lot. I'm gonna hit this. And then I'll know a little bit more about shockwaving. And then I'll just have to look at what's available to me. I need money badly. And we know these wastelands are not going to provide any cash. So that leaves this hilly one here and this field as being potential money provinces. Well, we could go north into this stuff. This seems like a very important tile. Right here. That one seems very important. While our guys don't see in the dark, weirdly, their horses... Oh, actually, that doesn't see in the dark either. Okay, well, alright then. 50 swordsmen. It's a bit of a risk. I could really use that. That could help me out a lot. Crap. Resources are just a tiny bit of an issue, but, you know, just a little. I have so many recruitment points, though. Alright, fine. Well, if I get this, if nobody else outbid me, if nobody outbids me, that will take a couple provinces. It'll take the brunt of the assault. While my troops hang back. Or I could use them to try to take one of these. Mostly I just need to figure out how these close range, because there's several of them. There's another one in fire. There are multiple of these close range attack spells that have been interesting to me for a while. I forget their names and where they are. But I just know that there are close range spells. And I've been wondering for a long time about those. And if ever there was a caster who could get in close to do it, it would be this guy, so... So... Snake... Aquatic Nation... I can't tell much about the others from their names. I don't get to know where the chairs are. And nobody's in the Hall of Fame yet. Nobody attacked turn 1 and was so wildly successful that they became famous. And as for you... There you are. Okay, that makes the most sense to me. Get a candle going. Light a candle. I'm gonna go for it, but I don't feel great about it. There's 40 of them. There's 37 of us. But, I think our units are of a higher quality. And we've got a spellcaster who will attempt to bombard them with a nasty spell that will hopefully devastate them. Hopefully. Sadly, none of our troops are glamored or, you know, these guys are good. I'll let them be first in battle, but, no, I won't. These guys are going to end up being first in battle, aren't they? Man, you guys should have a shield. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just have to understand. Will he or she? I'm not sure. Will he move forward and blast them with his spell, or will he stand still? Would it be better if I told him to attack and then cast the spell a whole bunch? Or will he be smart enough to move close to the enemy and then shockwave? Because there's a doubt. Alright. We'll know whether or not this worked. If it didn't, he'll move forward and then do it 2 more times. If it does, then we'll take this out in the future, and, you know. This is how we figure things out. We test them. There's like a million mechanics I can't... I don't know so many of them. Alright, we'll go with that. End turn. Alright then. Well, how bad is it? Please don't lose too many troops. We got the mercs. We got fame! No, wait, that's this guy. Oh, never mind. These guys fill up the Hall of Fame when they shouldn't. They take up slots, the jerks. Alright, I need to observe close. How did this go? This isn't a forest. These are bushes. Those back there, those are trees. Okay, you've put up air shield. Now what happens? True shot? Was that part of your... Why did you cast True Shot? Alright, you're moving forward. Looks like we're doing good. Lightning Bolt! That is not what I told you to do! What are you doing? That is not your script! Oh, hello. See, they're gonna get afflictions when they transform. They're gonna have afflictions from before they transformed, and they have no way to heal the afflictions. Regeneration. 3 attacks is awesome. These guys are great, but they're just gonna get broken. Completely off script. I kind of want to turn them into the werewolves to go into the fight as werewolves. Hey, are you healing 2 a turn? Oh shit, you had more hit points than I thought. Tree. But yeah, the afflictions aren't going to go away, are they? No, I should ask a question. We only lost 3. We only lost 3 of the Axe Javelin guys. I know we suffered a bunch of injuries. One of the skin shifters is going to die just walking around now, but... we did very well. But I'm very ticked off at this character right here. You did air shield, and then you skipped everything, so you didn't even attack. You just immediately went off script. Immediately. That's you pissed your boss off and he screams at you and then changes your name to bull-headed fool. Alright, well, shit. Alright, we know this script does not work. So Shockwave won't cast unless you're close to the enemy. Attack... move towards one random enemy for 1 combat round. Oh, that's risky, man. Do you actually know how to fly? You're not able to fly. What is this? How do you have fly attack? Where is that coming from? Yeah, you don't have that. I don't know how it works. I don't I don't know how to use this spell. It seems like it's such a good spell. I don't know how to actually make use of it. I really want to put like 2 horsemen together and have them shockwave together. I feel like we could just destroy all the enemies around us every turn. I don't know how to use it! So I guess we're using lightning bolts. Because that's what I can use. Shit, man. That's dumb. Stupid. Alright. Well, what do we got up here? Alright. This looks like there's heavy cavalry involved. I could probably handle it. Oh, 111. Oh. Alright, how good are you really? Increased attack skill. All you've got is a broadsword. Okay. And you have 50 swordsmen with 1 XP. They're pretty average. But they've got shields and a decent defense stat. Their morale isn't bad either. There's 90 units here, including elephants. Okay. Well. Resources are still awful low. We can hire this many. And that can accompany us next turn. If I want to do a joint attack between both of these, I have to hit this. Plus 50 units. I feel confident we can take them. Might be better off going up here, though. Or something. Another direction is to sight search for a round, pull the swordsman up, and then go on. It's certainly an option. I don't know, 90 units is tough. They got a good hat. They got a good shield. They can probably handle the slings. They'd probably be okay. The elephants, though, they worry me. You'd be in the back throwing lightning bolts, and then we'd have these guys. All of these guys. You know, if you're going to do lightning bolts, you probably need true shot on yourself. Yeah. That's probably your best bet, right? Because that'll increase the accuracy of your subsequent lightning bolts. And it doesn't cost hardly any fatigue at all. The lightning bolts, they're a little bit expensive on you, but, yeah, what can you do? 5, 2, and then each of these is going to cost 10. I'd much rather you be doing, I could tell you where to throw your lightning bolts. Okay, this is bad. I don't know. How many elephants we talking? That's really the question, and I don't know what the answer is. I mean, how many swordsmen will an elephant step on before the swordsmen panic? And that's on top of heavy infantry. Ideally, we then go to Strongdale, Parched Expanse, and so on and so forth. Alright. You are going to be using Syllable of Death. Death and Exhaustion. Oh no, it's Exhaustion. Okay. If he resists the instant death, then Exhaustion. Okay. Servant of Courage is not necessarily a bad idea either. But let's say you just use Syllable of Death. Alright, let's see. This is hold and attack. Just put them somewhere around here. That's probably good. Okay, this needs to be front and center. How about you stay behind your troops? I know you're good at attacking and all, but you just stay behind, huh? Okay, because this army is set dead center. Okay. For some reason I thought they were a little off center. Okay. I guess that's okay. And finally, you know what? I'm gonna set you to attack closest enemy. So the 50 swordmen are going to be the first in battle, and then we're going to back them up. Yeah, it's better we don't give their archers a bunch of time to shoot, actually. It's probably better. Yeah, this is probably for the best. They'll come in later. These guys will go, the swordsman will be in front, then it'll be these guys. Combat speed 10, combat speed 10. So swordsman in first, followed by the rest of my guys. You're in the back shooting lightning bolts. You're doing words of death. Please hit the elephant with that. I don't know what happens if you take the guy riding the elephant out, but if the elephants panic and trample their own men, that would be ideal. Next round, we're going to get a few more guys. Plus 54 to our income. Will we finally be able to hire one of these? Will it be maintenance costs and things? I don't know, we'll see. Alright. I'm the first person in the Hall of Fame! Oh! Isn't that something? Alright. I can't wait for my pretender to wake up. The moment that our blessing kicks in, things are going to be different. We're gonna start hiring vans. We're gonna start hiring these, and these are going to be my primary fighters. The attrition rate should be very low with them. Particularly with support from these guys. And I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial. I'm gonna need to figure out how to actually use Shockwave. I feel like close range spells are important, and I need to understand how to get them to trigger in battle. Because there's gotta be a way I can tell my unit, run up to the enemy, and then start using your close range spells. There has to be a command to say, get into combat, and then cast this spell. And I'm not finding such a thing right now. Not unless I was flying. Which I'm not. Right then. I so want to up this defense and patrol this territory. I want to badly.